Hi friends, today our topic is sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. In the previous classes, we have already completed that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis, and also we have concluded that air is necessary for photosynthesis. In that, we already discussed an activity to prove that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Clear? Then, in this lesson, we are going to discuss sunlight. Sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Clear? Then, how the evolution of sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis is taken place. According to Priestley, at the time of Priestley's experiments, scientists they does not know what is the different types of energies. But later on experiments, they proved that different types of energies, that is, during photosynthesis, oxygen gas is formed. Once you recall that equation, 6CO2 plus 12H2O in presence of sunlight. H nu is nothing but sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. What are the products? Glucose. You have to by heart. Plus 6 molecules of oxygen, 6 molecules of water. Here the formation of oxygen indicates formation of energy. Formation of energy. For formation of oxygen molecule, where does it gets the energy? Scientists got this question. Then, based on that concept, a scientist came forward. That is a Dutch scientist. A Dutch scientist named as John Ingenhousz. John Ingenhousz. In 1779, he done some experiments and proved that on which objects, on which organisms he done his experiments, that is algae. That is algae. He done his experiments on algae in different colors of light. That is, sunlight is nothing but that appears to be white in color, but that is the mixture of how many colors? 7 colors. 7 colors mixed together, and finally that seems to be white color. That means white color is the mixture of how many colors? 7 colors. What are they? VGR. VGR. V means violet, I means indigo, B means blue, G means green, Y means yellow, O means orange, R means red. Then he done his experiments on algae. He proved that a Dutch scientist John Ingenhousz proved that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. What he observed that, according to John Ingenhousz, he observed that when he done his experiments, John Ingenhousz done his experiments on water plant like hydrilla. Water plant like hydrilla. See, when he observed that hydrilla produces more amount of bubbles, that is oxygen gas. Hydrilla plant produces more bubbles in presence of sunlight in water. That indicates that the bubbles contains oxygen. But when they expose it to dark, when that is kept in the dark, it does not produce any bubbles. That means he concluded that plants require sunlight for conduction of photosynthesis. Then later, this experiment was proved by John Ingenhousz. Then another scientist came forward to explain. One second. The scientist came forward, Engelmann. He proved that he supports the John Ingenhousz statement, that is Engelmann. He done his experiments on algae. What he proposed that rate of photosynthesis. that is point of exact point at which the photosynthesis is high, that is called point of rate of photosynthesis. See, John Engelmann proposed that photosynthesis takes place maximum at some points. What are the points? When he exposed the algae to the different colors of light, that is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, he found that the rate of photosynthesis is very high at violet and red, and he concluded that the photosynthesis is maximum at violet and red color. So these are the maximum point of photosynthesis. At which color then the photosynthesis is high, that is at violet and red color. Who proposed this one? Engelmann. See, Jan Ingenhousz done his experiments on hydrilla plant. He concluded that water bubbles are high at the point of sunlight. Then what Engelmann proposed that? Algae done photosynthesis at the point of violet and red. So this is known as maximum point of photosynthesis. Then what is the activity done by Ingenhousz? See, first of all, he was taken a beaker. He was taken a glass beaker. We have to take a glass beaker, and this glass beaker is filled with water. Then before that, take some hydrilla plant or LOD plant branches, and insert them into a funnel. Funnel means use it to pour some liquids into the containers. So imagine this is inverted position of funnel. It is a funnel which was taken in the inverted position. Invert means reverse. And insert the hydrilla plant leaves inside. Inside the funnel. So imagine it is hydrilla plants. I will share the picture in the video. So imagine it is hydrilla plant leaves and filled with water. Before filling the water, see, we have to fill the beaker with water. We have to make this type of containers at least 2 samples. We have to make 2 samples. One has to kept in dark, one has to kept in sunlight. Then take a boiling test tube filled completely with water. See, care must be taken here. The water level is above the funnel. So care must be taken. The water has to fill over the mouth of funnel. Clear? Then take a test tube and fill it with water. By closing the thumb finger, invert it on the. Take a test tube and fill it with water. By closing thumb finger, by taking some care, invert the test tube and place it on the surface of the funnel. Care must be taken to prevent the gap here. We should not place any gap here. Care must be taken. By taking care, we have to keep the test tube on the surface of the funnel. Care must be taken, so there is no gap. Then this is water. Then keep this container. We have to make how many samples? We have to keep 2 samples. One sample is kept in sunlight and one sample is kept in dark. After 1 hour, what you observe? After 1 hour, you observe that some bubbles are forming here. In the sample which is kept in a sunlight. And also we can observe that the sample which is kept in a sunlight, we can observe some gap here. Which was not observed at starting. At starting there is no gap. After some time you can find the gap. Where does the gap came from? This gap came from the bubbles which are produced from the hydrilla plant, which is total equipment is kept in the sunlight. When we are kept this equipment in sunlight, plants undergo what? Photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, which gas is released there? Oxygen gas. This oxygen gas is in the form of bubbles. You can observe the bubbles are formed in the sample which is kept in the sunlight. But the same sample which we already kept in dark, we cannot observe any bubbles. Why? Because there is no sunlight, there is no photosynthesis, there is no release of oxygen, there is no formation of bubbles. Then we can also test the gas present here. Then by taking care, remove the test tube and test for oxygen gas. How can we test the oxygen gas? Insert the incense stick, burning incense stick. It will catch fire immediately. Introduce here match, here agarbatti. Introduce here a agarbatti, a burning agarbatti. If you introduce the burning agarbatti near the test tube, after opening that, it will catch fire easily. It will catch fire easily. It will catch the fire easily. That means fire enhancer. Fire enhancer means which encourages the burning process. Which gas encourages the burning process? That is oxygen gas. That is oxygen gas. So from this activity, we proved that oxygen is released during photosynthesis, and also sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. What is the activity we have done? We have taken a beaker. In this beaker, we have filled the water, and we have taken a funnel. In this funnel, which plant we have taken? Hydrilla or Elodea. Elodea is nothing but these two are the water plants, aquatic plants, and place the leaves of the plants in the funnel as shown in the figure, and invert the funnel into the beaker, and take a test tube and fill it with water, and by taking care, place the test tube as shown in the figure. Then we have to make two samples like this, and one sample is kept in sunlight and another sample is kept in the dark for 1 hour. Then during the process, we can observe that some bubbles are formed in the test tube. These bubbles are nothing but oxygen gas. These bubbles are nothing but oxygen gas. Then how can we test the oxygen gas? By introducing the burning agarbatti, incense stick. It will catch the fire immediately. That means the released gas is oxygen. Oxygen is only the gas which increases the burning process. In the previous experiments, we already know that the candle burns regularly, burns continuously by releasing of oxygen by mint plant. Clear? Then what are the questions here? What are the precautions we have to take during this experiment? Second question, what is the confirmation test for oxygen? What is the confirmation test for oxygen? Then what are the plants used in this activity? Clear? Thank you.